The West Virginia Mountaineers have a dance partner for the Battle of Atlantis, and it is no easy task, let me tell you. Welcome into this episode of Hoops from the Hills. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I'm your host, and we've got some things to talk about. Namely, West Virginia finds a dance partner for the Battle of Atlantis, as previously mentioned. But they're not the only teams in the field. Some real burners in the field. Indiana, Louisville, it's a real tough field. West Virginia would probably be the least experienced, probably least favorite team in the field, although I haven't looked deeply into it yet. Not really sure about Indiana this year. Assuming they're probably going to be pretty good. It's Indiana basketball. This is going to be trial by fire for this team. So we're going to look into the Battle of Atlantis and see what it looks like. Also, I'm hearing some rumbles about the West Virginia basketball recruiting efforts in the portal. I haven't made a video. I've held off because I've been asked to. But I think now's the time to talk about that. So if you want to hear about that, stick around. All right. So let's share screen, shall we? All right. So I'm just going to look for something here, article or something to check out here. Let's see. Probably should type W in there. WVU. Let's see. Here we go. We'll just read this straight from the WVU Athletics site. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Thank you guys for joining in. Battle for Atlantis matchups. Paradise Island, Bahamas, which is a heck of a place to go. November 27th through the 29th. Does that say bad boy movements? It's kind of, what's it sponsored by Will Smith? Morgantown, West Virginia. The West Virginia University's men's basketball team will face Gonzaga on the first day of the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis on Wednesday, November 27th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The game will be televised on ESPN or ESPN2. Well, that's good news. On Thursday, November 28th, WVU will face either Indiana or Louisville at noon or 2:30 on ESPN or ESPN2. Then the Mountaineers will face Arizona, Oklahoma, Providence, or Davidson on Friday. Holy crap. Every single one of those teams is supposed to be good next year. I don't know about Davidson, but I think so. Providence reloaded. Holy cow. What a freaking bracket, man. Any other year, I mean, I'd feel pretty comfortable with it, like we had a shot. And I still feel like we have a shot. I didn't mean for it to come out like that. It's just I don't know if this team will be ready early to compete. We'll see. Those game times are set for 11, 3, 5:30 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. on ESPN or ESPN2. So my initial takeaway is right here, 2 conference games, right? It could fall that way. It says the Mountaineers will face Arizona, Oklahoma, Providence, or Davidson on Friday. So I'm not exactly sure which of these games they'll get, but there's 2 possibilities for a conference game here. So that's encouraging. Would rather it not be Arizona, but hey, I'm not. I guess if we're winning, that's probably who we'll be seeing. So at the end of the day, that's not the worst thing in the world. All right, so that's that. Go back here just a little bit. All right, so this is not a great matchup for West Virginia. Gonzaga still has Nimhard. They still have other guys on that roster that are really good. Let's see who Gonzaga has coming back for 2024. I know they have Nimhard still. And they should have, as far as returning production, they should have at least they're one of those teams. They lost almost nobody. So, from what I remember from last year, they lost Watson. I'm trying to remember who all they lost. Okay. Gonzaga Bulldogs are headed for another event offseason. There's much less uncertainty compared to this time a year ago. But in the transfer portal era, nothing is set in stone until the season tips off in November. As it stands in early April, here's a look at who is slated to suit for the Zags. Ryan Nimhard, Nolan Hickman, Winters, Dusty Stromer, Luka Krajnovic, Joe Few, Graham Ike, Juan Seco Yo, Ben Gregg, and Braden Huff. I'm not familiar with half of those players, probably. For a relatively new group heading into 2023, the Bulldogs could hit the ground running next fall if the list of returners is as lengthy as projected. Add in a healthy Still Venters, a former Big Sky Player of the Year who missed all of last season with torn ACL. Gonzaga will likely be in the thick of the preseason top 25 polls once again. A career 40% three-point shooter, 6'7" Venters could start on the wing, depending how the roster takes form over the next couple months. His outside shooting greatly benefits Zags team that's posted the second worst three-point shooting percentage of the VU era. Nimhard and Graham Ike have a chance to build off the chemistry they developed through last season. The duo was hard to stop down the stretch of the regular season and the NCAA tournament, particularly when it came to the connection and pick-and-roll situations. Nolan Hickman has another year under his belt and won't have the task of adjusting to his role of an off-ball guard like he did a year ago. 6'2" guard was a team best 78 of 189 from three, which is 41%, and averaged a career high 14 points. Hickman and Ben Gregg figure to play key roles in the starting lineup as 2024 seniors. Gonzaga's younger pieces, their development over the offseason will be crucial. Departures, obviously, Anton Watson's a big loss. Colby Brooks went to the transfer portal. Pablo Stocic went to the portal as well. That's pretty tough. But overall, they've got, let's see, here's the newcomers, Michael Ajayi and Kate Ornes, both one senior, one freshman, so they got somebody through the portal. Ajayi put up 17 and 9 per game as a junior and shot 46% from the field, so that's one heck of an ad right there. Long story short, the Gonzaga is going to be really good again. The history between West Virginia and Gonzaga it's really just wild. A lot of last-second finishes. Just the tournament game comes to mind where that game, I really thought we had that game several different times, and they just barely pulled it out on us. Really frustrating games against the Zags. So would love to have this and get back. What a first couple games for Darren DeVries and company, though. What's up, BB? What's up, Brandon Cook? What's up, Curtis D316? Eric Flowers, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining via YouTube. And the 29 of you guys on X, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate your support. If you could, just repost the video at some point while you're watching tonight. That would help me out a lot as a channel. If you just, I don't know if you know how to repost a video, but it's the little things like when a little cross like that, I think. If you could repost for me what you're watching, that would help me out quite a bit. So I really appreciate that, guys. Okay, so I'm going to pull something up here. This is I really held off on talking about this, but it's taken a long time to come to fruition. And so I'm still not sure if it's actually been happening. But I've got a name, and I've had a name, and I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it. The West Virginia Mountaineers, I do know, have been trying to get a guy by the name of David Gomez, a real good player. I'll go ahead and pull up some stuff about him. I've heard a bunch of different things on why it's not working or why it hasn't worked yet. But this is a Euro player from Spain. He is 6'10", played for the under-19 Spain in the World Cup. And he's super talented. This is a guy that would help us right away. Curtis, no. Both of my channels won't be locked on. This channel I will be able to do whatever I want with. So, that's actually, I wanted to talk to you guys about that today. I just got done with my W-9 form today. In fact, I faxed it back in to them. So it's literally only a matter of time now. All I have to do, the next move, is for me to just give them the channel, which is scary, right? But I know they're going to take it from me. It's just ahead about it. But yeah, so I'm really excited to work with Locked On. And so, from probably tomorrow or the next day on, it's going to be Locked On West Virginia, but this channel will still be something. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be yet. I thought about renaming it West Virginia Insiders. I thought about renaming it Big 12 something or other. And I would love to know what you guys would want to see for the Virginia stuff, but I need more meat on the bone than just basketball, because as you can see, I'm not able to during the season. Obviously, I put basketball content every day, and I'll prioritize it during the season. But during times like the last couple months, it really suffered. It hasn't grown like it should because it's been a basketball built that way, and a lot of you guys are basketball only. Leo Cole and others are only they love basketball more than football. So I win an answer, but yeah, this one will be ours. We'll be able to do whatever we want on this channel. I even thought about playing video games on it, just doing something I wanted to do in life. But at the end of the day, I don't know how that would do. And the route I would go, none of you guys would want to see that, because I would love to play let me know in the chat, if you're in the chat, how many have ever played a Souls game? Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1, Sekiro, Bloodborne, any of these games like that. Obsessed with them. I play them all the time. It's my vice in life. I play the heck out of Soulsborne type games. I just started playing a game, Black Myth Wukong, and it's been really fun. But obviously, something I've wanted to do for a long time is play those kind of video games, really challenging games, and have a community where I people and goof off. But, obviously this channel's built and predicated on sports. So I'm thinking about maybe just starting one. But at the end of the day, we have to figure out what we're going to do with this channel, and it's going to be either Big 12 related or I'm not sure yet. Basketball. I don't know if it's going to be, but it's not going to be just basketball anymore. It's got to turn into something else. I know I've been saying that for a week, but I'm waiting for the sub channel to actually be official before I do it. All right. So obviously we're here to talk about this player. And if you're just joining the live, West Virginia is in the Battle of Atlantis. They're playing several tough teams, including Gonzaga, possibly Louisville, Arizona, and others. Indiana. And then, although this should be, I could have built an entire video around this, I didn't want to bring that much attention to it. So if you're in this live and you haven't heard the name David Gomez yet, this is a guy that is on the radar. I don't know if I've heard at times he was locked in 100%. And then I've heard it didn't work out, academics, all within the last week. So I know they've been working really hard to try to make this work. And unfortunately, I don't know what the deal is with it. So, but I was told by somebody in the know, obviously. So I won't say the name. I can't say the name, but this is the player. So looking at him in his game, he is a stretch big. I think he's a stretch. Let me make sure before I go any further. This isn't the best page for him. There was one man with a hat. I think it's this one here, maybe. Yeah, this is the one that I was looking for, I think. Yeah, 3-point percentage, 66%. That can't be right. So there's a couple articles. Here's one from March. WS sets his career high in points in a Spain Leb Silver game. Scored 25 points in Huelva's home loss against Talda. 94-102. Also had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block. 9 of 11 from 2, 0 and 1 from 3. So maybe he's not a great three-point shooter, although that's just one game. Here he is. So he's 6'10", though, so that's also obviously pretty cool. And I've been told, like, he is most definitely on the NBA draft radars. He's just looking for the right situation. So here it says he's 6'9" swingman, most recently played at Spain. And there's some charts. Let's see. Looks like 7'13". So he alternates. There's 18. There's a 10-point game. There's a 10-point game. There's an 8-point game. There's a 10-point game. All in less than, he's right around 20 minutes, 22 minutes being his high, at least right here. So, he can fill it up, though, for the amount of time he's in the game. Curious, though, that, he's not getting big minutes. I don't know if it's a Euro thing or what, but he's not getting like 30 minutes a game or anything like that. But yeah, so there's some hype around this, and I don't know, if it's still going to happen. Here's a picture of him. This is what he looks like. So look at the length on him. Obviously, he's a big kid. Well, to get him, do better than nothing, right? So. Eric Flowers, he has an academic issue. We had an exchange student from Spain when I was a senior in high school. He was a freshman. He was already passed all of our math classes. He tutored everyone else. I don't know exactly what the issue is. It's probably not him being not prepared, or, I don't want to say dumb, because then you could fail a class and not be dumb. But, it could be something to do with the transfer of credits. It could be something to do with anything like that. So, what is that, Kenny? Reed Carrico, Will is back. What's that mean, Kenny? Oh, injuries? We got injuries? Somebody update me on that. Yeah, I'm not sure, Curtis, to be honest. There's very little information out there on him. I'm going to go out. I have on my phone, actually, a great scouting report on him. Let me just read that. All right. Here we go. Here it is. Let me try to type it in first, see if I can find the same thing. It's too much. No. I know what I can do, though. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'll get this pulled up for myself. 1 second here. All right. All right. Now let me just go to my X over here. And boom goes the dynamite. All right, here we go. All right, let me pull this up. All right, so David Gomez scouting report. This is from May 16th, 2024. So this is pretty recent, right? Says he's a stretch 4. So he's Spanish. He's a stretch four. Says 6'10", maybe he's 6'9". Who knows? Uh, they're looking at him for the 25 draft. He's a high activity player on both ends of the floor, consistent and acceptable shooting form, useful as a screener, upside as a rebounder. Weakness, lack of proven athleticism, prone to be in foul trouble, mobility to defend smaller players on the perimeter. Question marks is finding the right spotlight to become a realistic NBA prospect. If he can successfully complete a season being an efficient three-point shooter. One of the best hidden secrets in Europe that is likely to remain under the radar might be David Gomez, a power forward who belongs to Kusier Betis and has been loaned into Leb Silver in back-to-back years. In his first year, fresh off the gold medal in the Under-18 European Championship, played a minor role in one of the trending teams in Spain, CB Tizona, under Diego Ocampo, one of the Spanish coaches with the most NBA success cases. Then, after a strong performance in the stacked Under-19 team that won the gold medal in the World Cup of the category, he was again loaned into the I don't know how to say that stuff. His stat sheet is not out of the standards for a 20-year-old player. The reason why my initial statement about him is even stronger. David Gomez made a strong impression at the Adidas Next Generation Tournament Paris in 2022 as part of the Next Generation team. He displayed great defensive instincts and his shooting ability, showing an interesting archetype of the modern stretch four. His long wingspan allowed him to grab rebounds at a high rate and average 1.5 blocks per game from a team that was runners-up in the tournament. Not many times you will expect an NBA prospect to be a respectable shooter at the next level while having two under 30% three-point percentage seasons. But this might be the case with this player. His shooting mechanics, both off the catch and off the move, are outstanding. And this is the most important thing is consistency. He makes and misses right. His makes and misses might be more related to him being a low volume shooter who is willing to take bad quality shots, which is more related to the context than to him. But that, in the upcoming years, will likely improve his efficiency and become an above average three-point shooter. And then we've got some clips here that I didn't even know were in here. So let's check them out if they'll play without music. All right. That's only one shot. Let's check it out again. So excellent footwork, right? Really nice. Toes pointed towards the rim. Drops the ball a little bit too far. But yeah, as far as shooting motion goes and everything like that, really nice. It is nice. Well, he doesn't look 6'10", does he? Right there, but I mean, what can you say? So, anyways, uh, this could be a player that would be. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? And I haven't been updated on this in a week, so I guess I could go into my secret chat really quick and see if anything's been updated. Hold on. Why am I logged out of that? What the hell? All right. Okay. see what we got here, guys. I'll try to. Holy crap! I'm gonna have to scroll for a long time. It's been a long time since I was on here. Oh my goodness. Well, on the laptop, anyways. How far out am I? Oh my gosh, this is from 3 months ago. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to get there. Just keep scrolling. Good Lord. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can. Oh, here we go. I didn't see that little button that said jump to the present. All right. Okay. Wow. I'm going to have to make a separate video on that probably, but I'll go ahead and tell you guys what it is. So, first of all, no updates on the player, but I do have an update on a pretty cool player here. If I can get to actually go to it. Here we go. All right, let me share this screen with you. All right. All right, here we go. 2025 4-star Tyler Jackson, who's a top indie player. Yeah, the type. Tells me he has visits planned this fall to the following schools: TCU, West Virginia, Maryland. This is a big deal. I don't know how I missed this. I've been so into football. That's basically why. St. Francis at that. Wow. We'll give him a follow. I didn't realize my messages were up for everybody to see. That's great. All right. So, see if we can find anything on him. Doesn't look like there's any. Any highlights on his page here alone that I can find yet. We'll see though. Yeah, here's one of him. Right here. So this is a steal and dunk. Nice. Nice. Loud as hell, but yeah. Here we go. Here's a video on him too, I think. Right? Make sure that's his name. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's check that out. Let's see what this video is all about, y'all. All right. What's the thing say, first of all, before we move into it? 2025 Tyler Jackson shows off his large offensive skills at the eyeball. EYBL. I wanted to say eyeball. 3-level scorer and very dynamic guard with a handle that's only getting better. Terrific in the open floor. Okay. Let's see. I like that. Oh, there's the KJ Tenner floater. Nice handle. Very nice cross. Cross to the right, shoot right. That's not easy to do. Oh. You missed that. Mid-range. Oh yeah, very impressive. Can see why he's a top 50 player. He's playing against all probably really good talent as well. So it looks like he plays with Carmelo's boy, which is turn that off. So here he scored 29 points. It says. Nice little step back or fade back, fade away. This is a big deal, y'all. He's got us on a list of 3 other teams. He can come in and be the man next year, legitimately. There he is. Well, his crossover is nice, man. Nice crossovers. He's very pretty on the handles for sure. Gosh, Darren DeVries is, he's turned players into talents like that, but I don't think he ever gets talent like that, up until now, right out of the high school. I'm sure he'd be happy to have that. But yeah, so that's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. So keep on the lookout for and follow, guys. Give T-Jack a it's at the type with a TH next year. And the news is he's told to high school top recruits, has visits planned in the fall to the following schools: TCU, West Virginia, Maryland. So that's a big deal. That's a huge possibility for us. Let's hope they can seal the deal. All right, guys. I'm not going to stay on much longer. As a matter of fact, there's not much else to talk about. The Battle for Atlantis, that's happening. We all know. And then that kid right there is some pretty big news. And then the David Gomez stuff, which is also cool. Somebody saying Reed was injured. Thanks, David. Bad Boy Mowers. Yeah, I saw that. Is there a deadline to register at W that may become an issue? I'm not really sure, Curtis, especially with a foreign player. You know, it's it's probably different, but I don't know that for sure. He would have to come here on a visa, so um, and that's just a totally different ball of wax because the team we put together a couple years ago with like Raekwon and all those guys, we had several guys that were on A1 visas, and the way they work is they're allowed to do NIL deals in their country of origin, but not America up past a certain amount. Like, let's say it's 30,000. Let's say the most you can make in America is 30 grand, which is not a lot in this era, right? With those visas, you can, and this is what Jay Coots was really good at, which is why we were able to get Jesse Edwards, which is why we were able to get Raekwon, which was why we were able to get a couple others that were foreign players. It was because he was so good at making those players understand and believe that I'm going to get you your money. It's just going to be where you're from. And then they would just go do major sponsorship deals in that country, right? Like, let's say Smartwater had a deal maybe they wanted to get in front of Nigerian eyes or in front of Spanish eyes. We'll just do a deal with you in your home country. You'll do some commercial sports out there, and then we'll pay you what you would have made anyway. And Jay Coots was really the first guy that really put that on, in my opinion. That year when we had the second or first best portal class, Jay Coots was using the A1 visa loophole. I had him on the show, talked about it. I had the head guy over the Country Roads Trust, Stephen Ford on. We talked about the visas. Those were a big deal. Then everybody caught on. Now everybody does it. Now everybody knows about it. So I'm assuming David would be similar to that. But as far as anybody else goes, I don't know. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for tonight. I'm worn out, slap out, as my dad used to say. I'm more slap out. Hope you guys have a good night. Hope you have a good evening. Hope you have a great week. And I will see you guys tomorrow with something. I'll do something. If you haven't checked out my video over on Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, I did player matchups today. We did Wyatt Milam versus Abdul Carter, which is basically two first round picks going against each other. Who did I pick to win that battle? Garrett Green versus Drew Aller. Might surprise you who I picked in that. And others, right? Basically what I did was player position versus player position rather than the opposite. The only one that wasn't like that was Wyatt versus Carter, just because it's such a good battle. But we did our corners versus their corners, just different things like that. Our running backs, CJ and Jaheim versus Allen and Singleton, right? So go check that out. See what you think over on Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for being here, supporting me. We'll figure everything out. Just waiting for everything to play out over on the other end. But until then, guys, this video is over. Good night, and I'm out.